What's up, guys? Spider-Man here. I wanted to talk about some news that have been going on in the Spider-Man community as of late. Mainly Spider-Man freshman year, but I am going to start with a topic that has me very concerned for the future of the character within Marvel Comics. So, Amazing Spider-Man 900 came out last week. That's supposed to be like a big anniversary thing, especially because it's, the 60th anniversary of Spider-Man. And in canon, the story takes place in Peter Parker's birthday. 30th? 31st? Fucking 17? I don't know. They're regressing their character so much that I have no idea how old he's supposed to be. In issue 1 of the current run, we established that everyone was angry at him and no one talked to him. But now everyone's throwing a surprise party for him. Flash is acting like a bully again. Well, not even like a bully, like someone without a brain. It's ridiculous. Then Jonah Jameson storms in. Doc Ock's tentacles are attached to him, and it just ends up being a Living Brain 2 Electric Boogaloo story. Then it's a Sinister Six comedy, I suppose. It's supposed to be funny. I'm supposed to be laughing at the fact that they're a terrible team, but they're actually supposed to be quite intimidating. Each one of them on their own. They have very serious storylines. They're not a joke. Vulture with his cancer storyline, I can't quite remember the name, but Doc Ock has had numerous storylines where he's just the most intimidating guy ever. And he had a lot of growth within Superior Spider-Man, and it was all reversed in the past 2 years, but it's bad. It's boring all the way. There's a cute little backing story with a librarian. That's kind of cute. It's fun. Makes fun of the objectivist era of Spider-Man, thanks to Steve Ditko, right before he left the title. And then there's the kiss. The kiss at the end. Black Cat is supposed to be over Peter at this point. She no longer cares for him romantically. She is her own person. She's not just a Spider-Man backing character, and he can regress because you want him to regress as well, because you think, oh, I mean, cute cat lady with the leather and the butt. Yeah, that's what I want to draw for the next few issues. No, she's her own character. She no longer cares for him in that way, and he no longer cares for her in that way. He hasn't for a long time, and the same goes for her. They're friends. They back each other up because they've gone through so much, but they're not intimate like that anymore. And there was a great issue, a tie-in with the questionable Beyond arc in the last run, which was Mary Jane and Black Cat #1, and it was actually very great. And Peter is supposed to be devastated because MJ is now with another guy and doesn't want to, answer his calls and has kids, and we don't know. It's probably a very terrible explanation, but it's the one storyline I'm still invested in, because I still, like most readers of Amazing Spider-Man, we all want to see him get back with MJ. We want to see him get married. We want to see him have kids. We want Mayday in 616. We want that. But we're not getting it. And Nick Spencer clearly tried, and then Marvel executives probably were like, actually, do you want to rewrite Sin's Past instead of One More Day? Because One More Day is kind of a special boy, and Sin's Past is just like a monster. You can destroy that if you want, but we like One More Day. It keeps Peter young, and dude, we don't need him young anymore. I mean, most of his main readers from the 60s are dead. and they couldn't even relate to the character for most of their lives. I mean, when are we going to properly get an adult Peter? People tend to forget that in the Clone Saga he was about to make a lot of progress as a person and have his own life, but they just... MJ miscarried. Do I keep reading Amazing? Should I switch over to just being a Miles fan? He's getting to grow. I mean, he started as a 12-year-old, now he's in high school, he's growing. Maybe I should read Spider-Punk. Anything Spider will do. Do recommend down below. Spider-Man freshman year looks great. I made this mask only 2 days after the reveal of the new suit and all that. I plan on finishing the suit, like the entirety of it, and making a showcase video probably in the future. It's gonna take a while. I have to make a custom baseball jersey, and it's gonna be a whole thing, but it'll be worth it. I like the new suit. It's not as great as the homemade suit from Homecoming, but it'll do. So it was clarified that it is a multiverse story. It's basically a whole what-if scenario. So the Peter's first scene in Civil War, when he gets out of the elevator and he's walking with the Blu-ray player on his side, and he goes into his apartment and he tells May, hey, there's just crazy car parked outside. And lo and behold, it's Norman Osborn? So yeah, it's basically he goes on a whole nother journey in a world very similar to the main MCU. But what if, instead of being recruited by Tony Stark to punch America's ass, he's apparently approached by Norman Osborn for God knows what, and I think it's a pretty interesting storyline. I think it'll give us the Spider-Man that we all kind of wanted in the MCU. Charlie Cox as Daredevil is gonna return. That's sick. I'm so glad that's gonna happen. He's the greatest casting, I think, that's happened to superheroes ever. He's not a ginger. Terrible casting, actually. It sucks. I think he goes to another high school. I think he's not in Midtown High, which is why I initially thought it was the spell. The effects of Strange's spell from the end of No Way Home. I thought it was that. They already clarified that it's not the case, which makes me wonder, why is he not going to Midtown? Why is Nico Minoru suddenly living there? I mean, I guess the Runaways show is not canon to either the main MCU or freshman year, but pretty interesting stuff. I like the villain designs. Every character design actually looks great. I like the color scheme. I wish someone made a mod for Ultimate Spider-Man that included a similar color scheme, like a whole mod that transforms it into Untold Tales of Spider-Man or Amazing Fantasy, you know. Finally, I want to address something. I haven't seen anyone complain yet, but we all know eventually they will. Yes, Norman Osborn and therefore Harry Osborn both are now African Americans, and yeah, people are gonna complain. That's just what happens whenever a character is swapped, race bent, I guess. But who gives a shit? The performance is probably gonna be great. There are rumors it's gonna be Giancarlo Esposito, which, okay, I hope it is. I'm not getting my hopes up too much, but it's a guy who dresses in a green elf outfit and goes out and fucking bombs the city. It could be anyone. It doesn't matter. And mainly, like, I mean, you get the waves. You get the Osborn waves that have been avoided in live action because they cannot be done. Like, look at Willem Dafoe with waves. That is not something you want to look at for too long. But with this version of Norman Osborn, we got the waves, and if we ever saw him in live action, he would probably retain the waves. How can you complain when they give you the waves? You can't. You can't. Other news? Oh, I'm saving money to buy Spider-Man on the PC. And yeah, that's gonna be it for now, guys. Gotta go keep on fighting crime. I have a lot of videos planned. I just haven't done... I'm not quite done planning a setup. This is just empty space, but I am planning on making a kind of set, and I have informative videos, tutorials, showcases, lots of stuff supposedly coming if I do get around to making it. But yeah, I do have plans for this channel. It's not dead. Anyway, guys, if you ever stumble upon this video, I hope it kept you entertained. I hope you, if you'd like to drop a comment on what you think of all the stuff I said here, do let me know what you think. I'm interested to know. I'd like to have a platform to talk about Spider-Man freely with people who are seeking to do the same, so we can discuss back and forth. Anyway, see ya.